Okay, folks, Andrew Bopros here. Well, I'm going to do a quick video on Joey Bosa. I know we talked briefly about him yesterday on our live. There's a lot of rumors swirling that we may be trading Joey Bosa here pretty shortly. So there's a lot of teams involved. There's a lot of conversations around it. I just want to kind of recap the discussion and get your thoughts on it. I know, again, we talked about it a bit yesterday, but we kind of breezed over it. I felt like this deserved, again, a lot of people love Joey Bosa. I love Joey Bosa. I think he deserves an actual video where we discuss the options and see what you guys think. I want to see your comments and start a discussion, guys. So, guys, as always, let's get into it. Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bopos. And again, it's a tough topic because we all like Joey Bosa. We all want him around. We like him. He's a good dude. You know, he's funny, great to talk to, good locker room guy. But he can't stay on the damn field. You know that. I know that. So Joe Ortiz has a tough decision to make. And it's going to be a big decision, right? I mean, currently over the cap, the Chargers have around $66.4 million, getting another $7 million. Now, if we let Joey Bosa walk, we would save $25.3 million. That's a lot of cheddar, okay? In free agent market, that is a lot of players. So I think just from a general standpoint, would you rather keep Joey Bosa or get that $25 million back? It's tough. That's a lot of damn money. And that's a lot of, I mean, you could easily go get 3 or 4 very good players on both sides of the ball, right? So is he worth that amount of money? Now, I would say if you just look at his performance these past few years, the answer would be absolutely no. Now, there's a lot of teams that have talked about Joey Bosa. I'm going to go through that a little bit in a second, but I want to recap what Joe Ortiz has clearly said about Joey Bosa, right? Again, just so you know, just to set the record straight, the Chargers have not given permission for Joey Bosa to seek a trade, right? So at this point, it's just, this is pure conjecture, pure conversation. But you and I both know that conversations are being had right now. Joey clearly knows the situation, and it's a situation. Now, while at the Combine, Joe Ortiz was interviewed, he specifically talked about that. This is exactly what Joe Ortiz, this man right here, said. I know he wants to be a Charger. He wants to retire a Charger. I would love for him to retire a Charger. I love Joey and the teammate and the competitor. But, you know, basically says, however, general managers have lots of things to say at the Combine, of course, and he doesn't want to say, yeah, we're getting rid of Joey. I'm not going to say that. But his cap number for 2025 is $35 million, folks. $35 million for next year. That's a lot of money. I think he's number 2 behind Justin Herbert. So the question is, in his position, you know, again, he's only 29 years old. I mean, he might have a blowout year, but you could easily take that $25 million and just give it right back to Khalil Mack and sign him for another year. That's an easy one, guys. That's a real easy one. And unfortunately, it would suck because Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are good friends, but that's just business. But my point is, at 29 years, he's played more than 10 games in just one of the past 3 years. He hasn't had a 10-sack season since 2021. Has not had a 10-sack season since 2021. So the reality is that his best years are a little bit behind him at this point. At least that's what the numbers would statistically say. I truly love Joey Bosa. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love the idea of Joey Bosa being on our team. I do not want him to leave. I want him to retire a Charger. I think he's absolutely, anyways. But my point is, there's a lot to be said. Now, again, one of the big teams right now is that, well, so let's talk about one big trade that was discussed on our live yesterday. It was Deebo Samuel getting moved. The Niners moved on to him to Washington Commanders. I think they got a 5th-round pick. Yeah. The San Francisco 49ers received a 5th-round pick for Deebo Samuel. The rumor is that the Chargers, if he were to be traded, would be anywhere from a late 3rd to an early 4th or a 4th-round pick, depending on where that goes. We'll have to see how that plays out. But one of the big teams is the Detroit Lions. They have really shown a lot of interest. They gave up a lot of points. And again, Aiden Hutchinson was banged up last year. But you have Joey Bosa with Aiden Hutchinson. That team becomes an immediate automatic contender moving forward. Now, you'd probably want to put Bosa on a snap count. You know, his injury concerns are well known and well documented, as you know. But at the end of the day, you put him in there for third down situations, heavy pass rush, third and long, so on and so forth. But again, it's a big part of the conversation. So the question would remain whether teams would want to even give up a 4th-round pick for Joey Bosa. I think the answer would easily be yes, right? I think Joey Bosa still has gas in the tank. You know that. Bosa knows that, all the above. But again, it's one of those situations where, is it really going to play out? Now, the Lions do have money, but they're just a few pieces away from really going over the edge, right? And I think Aiden Hutchinson would definitely be improved with Joey Bosa. So it remain to be seen whether that would happen or not, right? But a lot of people have said right now that the Lions are the probably overwhelming contenders to go out and get the Joey Bosa thing. But they might just say, well, let's just wait and see what happens in free agency. Chargers most likely going to cut him anyways, and we'll go from there. Now, the other option would be, and my brothers and I did talk about this, I think a couple of videos, we've talked about it quite a few times. We could just extend him. All right, Joey, look, $35 million. We ain't going to pay you that this year. Why don't we extend it over 2, maybe 3 years, and then you can retire a Charger, and we put you in for third and long situations. We give you a lot of time. We put you on a snap count, and you're going to be our guy for, XYZ amounts, right? Spread that dollar amount over a number of years, right? 2 years, maybe 3 years. Who knows how that plays out? Maybe with a third year opt-out type of situation, depending on how he performs for those next 2 years. Who knows? Those are the things that Joe Ortiz has to figure out himself. That could happen, I would suggest, but it'll be interesting to see. Now, one other thing I would say on this as well, too, going back, the Lions and some of the other teams have also talked about Max Crosby, Myles Garrett. I think Max Crosby and Myles Garrett probably will require a little more money. Both would probably be the less expensive of the options available for the Lions moving forward. That's partially why I think the Lions are probably the team that would most likely go after him. There's a couple other destinations right now, the Carolina Panthers. But look, I don't think Joey Bosa wants to go to the Carolina Panthers if he had any his druthers against it right now. But again, who knows what's going to happen with Bryce Young? Clearly, he played better at the latter end of the last year than the beginning of the year. Jadeveon Clowney had a horrible first year with the Carolina Panthers. Who knows if they stick with him or not? The other team right now is the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons seem to be having a lot of interest, right? I think the Falcons are good. They like Michael Penix in his debut in his first year. They think he could be the next guy moving forward. We'll see how that plays out. But again, the Falcons are a good team. You know that. I know that. And another one is the Cardinals. Now, the interesting thing about the Cardinals, I would say, is that the Cardinals, again, we were talking about potentially trading up to get our boy Ashton Jeanty. Maybe that's worked into the trade up to get Ashton Jeanty. All right, we're going to trade Joey Bosa. We want your 16th pick. We get Ashton Jeanty, and you take his cap hit, or you take a majority of the dollars that he's going to be owed for 2024, something of that nature. Who knows how that plays out, right? Again, these are all the things that are going to be played out right now the next few days with Joe Ortiz. But bottom line, I wanted to at least recap where he stands right now. What do you guys think? Do you think we should keep Bosa, trade Bosa? I know in our chat, on our live yesterday, you guys were like, get rid of Bosa, get rid of Bosa. And then I see other people say, keep him. I just want to hear your thoughts. Let's have a conversation about it. I'm a little bit in the situation where $25 million in savings is a lot of money to save. And I would argue that it would be worth it to keep him here if we just had one or two positions we need to fill. I think the Chargers have quite a few. We need a center. We need a guard. We need a wide receiver. We need a good tight end. There's a lot we need. And yes, you could argue we have a lot of money available potentially, but if you let him walk, you let Trey Pipkins walk, we have almost $100 million to spend in free agency. We would have the sky's the limit at that, folks. So I think there's a lot to be said about that moving forward. What are your thoughts? I know I've spoken a lot here. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. As always, Andrew Bolt Bros. See you guys in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.